Can wearing a hat contribute to baldness? It's the sort of thing an opinionated grandparent might tell a grandchild wearing a hat indoors, but there are some who believe there's wisdom in the admonishment. I've had people ask me about this, and I can understand why they think it's true, says Dr. Haley Goldbach, a dermatologist at UCLA Health. Some people genetics are the main player in hair loss, says Dr. Michael Wohlfeld, a plastic surgeon specializing in hair restoration and assistant clinical professor at Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York City. Wohlfeld says, that said, the causes of baldness are multifactorial, says Wohlfeld. The expert's time, most people probably don't wear a hat so tightly that it could create this kind of tension, Wohlfeld says. Tightness is subjective. If the hat were too tight, I could see that causing irritation or inflammation in the hair follicle, Goldbach says. By itself, the materials used in a hat dyes or textiles, for example, could also play into hair loss, says Dr. Adam Friedman, a professor of dermatology at George Washington University. If a hat causes, in rare cases, wearing a hat while you sweat could also be a factor. The salts from sweat, but Friedman and other experts say that for most people, these are unlikely to be serious risk factors. In general,
raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.